As I've said before in this course, the email is where the relationship is made. This is where you give value. This is where you turn a lead into a sale. So I'm going to spend a lot of time going over this in detail. I want to make sure you have a very clear understanding of the power of email. Now, I'm also going to tell you this is the part of my business that I am working hard at improving. It's something that takes time and effort and practice. It's not something that you will master overnight. It's an art, and I would highly suggest that you really just put in time to studying this. All right, so here we go. First of all, I really encourage you to take notes on this. Again, this is the essence of your business. This is where the relationship is made. This is where you give the value. And right here, this is worth the entire cost of your business. Ultimately, your email marketing is what makes you money. And a lot of people say the email list is your ATM, and that is absolutely true if you are able to get highly qualified leads and build a relationship with them. So please pay attention to everything I am saying here. Take notes, and here we go. First of all, if you don't already have an autoresponder, you need an autoresponder. I use Aweber. The link will be below this video. And I also talked to you in the video on blogging, how to set up your Aweber account and how to integrate that with your blog. So if you haven't watched that video, I would watch that video now before watching this one. Everything's going to make a little bit more sense if you do that. All right, so now I'm going to assume you're ready to go, that you've watched that you have your blog set up, you have Aweber, and you are ready to start emailing. So here's what you can expect to learn in this course. First of all, how to email the right way. Now, let me tell you, almost every mistake that I'm going to discuss in this video is something I've personally done. So don't feel bad if you have made a lot of these mistakes. This is the exact reason I created this, and I'm so passionate about it, is because, man, I was emailing the whole wrong way, and I was killing my list. So I'm going to go into the details and show you what 90% of people are doing wrong and how you can do that right. Next, how to give value to your list so they love you. This right here is the key. Again, it's all about the relationship you have with the people on your list, and I'm going to tell you specifically how to give them value so that they want to buy from you, to gain that trust, build a relationship, and they become essentially a groupie, someone that depends on you for knowledge and completely trusts you. Next, why stories make you more money. Let me tell you, you can buy a lot of things in life, but you can't buy a story. Your story is yours alone, and once you have the ability to tell that story, you can literally change lives, and you can connect with people on a much deeper level, and people will want to be around you and follow you simply because of who you are and what you have overcome. So I'm going to talk to you more about that. Next, how to make the most money from your list. Again, a lot of people abuse their list. They don't market to them the right way, and thus they essentially kill their list before they have a chance to make any money from it. So I'm going to tell you how to make the most money from your list. And lastly, how often you should email your list. This is something that, again, I was doing the wrong way, and so in fact, I still at times do this the wrong way. So I'm going to go through that with you as well. All right, so let's talk about emailing the right way. First of all, I've said again and again and again, you must build trust and provide value. And that is all taking place in the email. And what's going to happen here if you do that? If you first give value as opposed to sending someone to a sales page, as opposed to trying to get someone to join you in a business opportunity, if instead you approach them by proving yourself as someone of worth, as well as someone that is there to give value and give to their life. I call it give, 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 hook. Just like in fishing, what you want to do is you want to show them you are someone to be trusted, show them you know what you're doing. And then what's going to happen is these people, once they open that first email and they see that you have something to provide for them, you are going to enhance their life. those people are going to continue to open your emails. And what you're going to find, if you look at who opens your emails, is that you have a core group of customers, a core group that is on a consistent basis opening your email because they like you, they have connected with you, and they are going to be the ones that trust you. And as you continue to email and as you continue to get more subscribers, if you do this the right way, by providing the value first, you're going to increase that core group of customers. Now, doing the opposite of what the other 90% do. Here's what 90% of internet marketers do. They get people on their list and they start pitching. They start pitching and selling. Every day there's a new something they're selling. Every email is trying to get them to buy something. And that's what 90% of people do. So ultimately what happens is once people, if they open that first email, chances are they have made a decision subconsciously as to whether they're going to open emails from that person in the future. It's called churning and burning. And it's when you get people in your email list and then you just start selling and selling and selling. Unless that's your method and you buy a lot of traffic and you're able to replenish traffic faster than you send out emails, chances are you might make some money in the beginning. You might make $1,000 and make $500 and make $300, but that's going to dwindle fast. Because once people see what you're all about and what your emails are going to contain, they're either going to buy everything if you promote things that they really believe in, but most of the people are just going to stop opening your email. And so what you want to do by emailing the right way, you want to help people get what they want. And in turn, you will get what you want, which is money, which is to get paid, and also which is to build a relationship with these people. So again, it's if you put yourself in the position of the person opening the email, or you put yourself who you were 6 months ago in this business, or who you were a year ago in this business, and you email that person, what did you need to know then? What did you need to know yesterday if you're just beginning? What did you want to hear from somebody of authority in an email? And that's the email you write. And now there's a big difference between having a really big list. There are a lot of people out there that have huge lists. And there are a lot of people out there that have much smaller lists. And contest after contest, I've heard stories of how, for instance, just the other day, I heard a story of a guy who had, I think on his list, he had something like 15,000 subscribers on his list. And this other girl had, I think it was something like maybe 2,000 subscribers on her list. And they entered a contest for this promotional product. And guess who sold more? The girl did, and it wasn't because she was a female. It had to do with the marketing. He was someone that churned and burned. He had a huge list, but he was a churner and a burner. And whereas she was more of a Georgia pie, always giving value, always telling people, something they needed to learn in the business, and they entered into this contest, and she made, I think it was like, I don't know, 100 sales or something, and he made like 20. And it was off, she had a small list, but she had that relationship. So that's what you're looking to build, is a responsive list, not a big list. Yes, you need to start building a list. Yes, the money is in the list, but the money is in the relationship with the list. And that's something that I got wrong in the beginning, and most people get wrong in the beginning. So hopefully I'm able to keep it so that you don't have to go through that of burning through people and burning through subscribers before you understand that. Okay, so now let's talk specifically about how to provide that value. Obviously, I made the point that you can't be emailing them different products every day. That's churning and burning. People are going to get sick of it. They're going to stop opening, and ultimately they're going to unsubscribe. You've probably already done that, and I know I've done that to a bunch of people. Once I've opted in, I've seen what they're about, and if somebody's not giving me value, teaching me something new, I'm out. Okay, so the next thing is keeping your audience engaged. Let me try to explain the importance of this. Many people that are become interested in network marketing and in making money online come to it because they're at a place in their life where they are unhappy, whether it's unhappy in a relationship, unhappy in their job, they're overwhelmed with debt, and they are looking for someone to tell them this is how you get out of it. And they're looking for someone to brighten their day and give them hope. Guys, we have one life, and so many of us are wasting it in our unhappy relationships and lives and lost in debt and working merely to make ends meet and not really living. And that's why a lot of people are attracted to this. And so what you want to do is give them that hope. Even if you don't have success yet, use other people's stories, leverage success stories, encourage people, make it so that you are the light of their day. You are the person that they can't wait to receive an email from because they know you're going to make them feel better about their life and give them that hope. The next thing is share your thoughts and opinions. There's nothing worse than having someone who is always on the fence and always just doesn't have an opinion on anything. So again, make sure that you are sharing your thoughts with people, that you are giving them your opinions on things. Again, it's a way to connect. Next, I'm just kept don't churn and burn in there to remind you. Please don't do that. That's the best way to kill your list. That's not providing value. All right. Provide content, video, blogs, emails that help them solve problems or learn something. One of the coolest people I follow online is someone that is constantly giving value. Almost every day, I get something with some little trick, some little tip that I didn't know before. It doesn't have to take a lot of time and energy to create, but it's something that's going to keep your material fresh. It's going to keep people interested in what you have to say. A video can take you, 5 minutes? So, but you want people to always see you as someone that's going to bring something new to the table. And lastly, and this is it, you over deliver. You make it when you do pitch to people and when you do have something that you want to sell, you make it so that people are like, you know what? Absolutely. You have given me so much value for free, and now you're saying I should buy this from you? Absolutely, I'm there. And that has to do with building that trust, and you've provided so much value that they can't help but feel compelled to do so. Let's talk about the power of the story. As I said before, there's something you can't buy, and that is your story. And your story is what sets you apart from anyone else, and your story is a big part of how you can get people to relate to you, connect with you. And also, stories keep people entertained. So not just using your story, but using stories of other people that have found success online. My favorite story to tell right now is a girl, Elena, that lives in the Philippines, that had very limited English, that found a certain mentor that helped her immensely and has become a huge online success, has made over $70,000 just this year. And I'm telling you, the power of that story, the power of the underdog, and there are so many like that. People don't want to be pitched all the time. People want to connect with you. They want to hear you as a real person, not a perfect marketer, a real person, someone they like and trust. My story, I have a few important stories that have made me who I am and actually encouraged me to go out and take the risks in my life that I have, are mostly because of the tough things I've gone through as opposed to the, squeaky clean times in life. I mean, I personally grew up in a home in which my mom was an alcoholic and an addict. And when I was born, they were worried I was going to be addicted to drugs. Because she was on drugs when I was born, and she ended up dying of an overdose. And, so I'm going through this idea of learning to be a mother when I never had one. And finding this success online for me and being able to encourage other people using my story has allowed me to connect with people on a level that I didn't even expect, and to touch lives in a way that I didn't expect to do so because I'm sharing my story. And there are a couple ways you can turn out in life when you have difficult events. One of them is to become very bitter and to just sort of go into your shell and let life happen to you. And the other is to get inspired by your story and fueled by it. And then you create your own life. And stories allow you to tell that to other people, both about yourself and about others. So again, it's the story of the underdog, and use any triumphs you've had in life to share with others, to show them who you really are and what you're all about, and make that connection with them. So now, making money from your list. Ultimately, yeah, obviously this is what we want to do. So, okay, how do we do it? Well, again, we're talking about email marketing, and you need to make sure that you are focusing on one key business, and then you promote quality products that complement your main offer. For instance, I teach people how to make money online, and a lot of the elements I promote are things that are going to help people create their online business. You obviously need an autoresponder, and you need to have a blog, and you need to have a hosting account, and you need to buy a domain name. And so along the way, I show people using the products I've used how to do that. But my one key business is my high affiliate business, which I hope to bring people to once they have set up their business and I have gained their trust. You see, so it's all very connected. That way I am able to attract people that are exactly who I want to work with and the people that need what I have to say. The next thing is you want to promote products with low, mid, and high offers. There are people just getting started in this business that are doing it out of desperation and they don't have the money and they're a little bit nervous about these mid and high offers. You don't want to exclude them. And so you want a way to have everybody join you. And again, I've talked to you about funded proposals, and I actually just am launching in a couple days my free system because I wanted a way for even people with no money online to get started, because honestly, that's how I made my first money, was free. I spent absolutely no money to get started, and so I created a similar yet, in my opinion, better system to do that. So again, you want to promote products that are going to let everybody in that wants to and that's targeted. Now you have to have laser targeted messages, and you need to be able to explain why they need what you're promoting, how exactly it's going to help them, and what they can achieve by purchasing it. If you spend all of your time in your emails just talking about you or just talking about others, you're missing the connection there. So you want to make sure that you let the email reader think about themselves and envision themselves having success. Also, use reviews to sell products. One of the best ways that I have been able to get people to join me in company is to say, hey, listen, here's my experience, here's what they have to offer, and really lay it all out on the table so they feel as though they've been fully informed. The next thing is something I personally need to get better at, and that is using webinars and hangouts. Listen, being in front of people, videos, webinars, having your face in front of people is huge. And what's more, having your face in front of people in a live environment, that's the ultimate. People, you are able to cross time and space and be in the same area at the same moment, and people feel a connection to that, especially if you allow people to ask questions and engage with you. So I highly recommend it. I actually use the telephone a lot as well, because that's my way to have conversations, but webinars and hangouts. And then here's the most important way you can make money from your list. Don't promote crap. Don't promote something that you wouldn't buy yourself, because what you're doing ultimately is you're going to turn people off, because the first person that buys something that you're promoting that isn't of value, they're gone. So you never want to promote crap to your list. Now, this is a question I get quite often. How often do you email your list? I had a conversation with someone the other day that really sparked me to include this slide. And she was saying, well, I don't really have anything to say yet. I have some people on my list, but I just don't really have anything to say. So I'm just going to wait because I don't want to say anything wrong. As soon as you have people on your list, even before you have people on your list, you need to start sending emails, because it takes practice. So you need to send emails 1 to 2 times a day. There are times when I skip a day or two. So again, I break these rules. I'm telling you, this is what you should be doing. Do as I say, not as I do. Definitely don't pitch in every email. I think that one has been hit home. You get the whole baseball reference there. Pitch, hit home. Okay. Make sure there is a healthy mix of value and pitches. I don't pitch enough. So again, something I need to improve upon. But yeah, if you're giving lots of value, don't be afraid to pitch. Sometimes until you pitch to people, people don't even really know what you expect them to do. And if you've established that relationship, don't be afraid to say, now do this. Okay, because people are going to act on that. Whenever I do pitch, I make money. Every single email in which I pitch, I make money because I give so much value, you see. So for value, use blog posts, tutorials, videos. Again, videos are a great way to connect with people. Tutorials. Everyone in this business needs to learn the next new tip or trick you have. So give that to them. And also mail your unopens for promotions. You will have the ability through your autoresponder to see who your unopens are. And so if you're doing a promotion and you're pitching something and you have unopens, go ahead and resend that email. Often people just happen to be at work when you send it out, or happen to get 10 emails at the same time and didn't go through them all and missed yours for whatever reason. So don't be afraid to do that. Now don't email everybody because that's annoying, but make sure that you do re-email those unopens. And I'm going to leave you with some helpful tips that I wish had been included when I was first learning this stuff. Again, a lot of what I tell you is through my own errors. So here we go. Now, these are some specifics that can really help make some differences. Email early morning and early evening. Most people look at emails either over coffee or as soon as they get to work in the morning or right before they go to work or when they wake up for a couple minutes before they get out of bed. So have it there early in the morning and then early evening when people get home from work and are relaxing in the evening. So have them there for them then. Your open rate is going to increase substantially. Start the relationship outright. Think of this as a first date or even a first impression. You can make or break whether they open any more emails from you based on the first one you send. Reverse engineer the emails of people you follow. I talked to you extensively in this about what reverse engineering is, how to do it right, and the fact that all of the biggest people in town started out by reverse engineering someone that they connected to. So do the same. Reverse engineer me. Reverse engineer my emails. I'm doing the same thing because we naturally are connected to people that are like us. It makes sense. I mean, put your own twist on things. I'm not saying copy, but I'm saying certainly get the vibe, get the feel, and duplicate that in your own stuff. Practice makes perfect. Email marketing is something that takes time. You are not going to start out being perfect. The only way to get better is to actually practice and to study. Next, focus on what people want, desire, and want to obtain. Talk to them. Have them imagine themselves getting out of the current situation they're in and bettering their life. Be someone they look forward to hearing from. I talked to you about that. Be the light of their day. Give them hope. And lastly, write to your avatar. If you haven't created an avatar yet or you don't know what an avatar is, I'm actually going to create an email right now that I'm saying that, telling you how to establish your avatar. So consider this to be the beginning introduction of the next video I create, which is all about the avatar. All right. I hope you found this extremely helpful. This is the end of that 10-day course you've gone through. Please ask me any questions. I'd love to hear from you. If you haven't completed one of the steps and you haven't set up your sales funnel yet, start now. I will tell you, unless you get started in this business, and if you just stay in the mode where you're just learning and trying to understand it all, you'll never begin. This is a business in which you jump in with the knowledge I've provided you with. You have plenty of knowledge here to get started out on the right foot. You can tweak as you go. I will show you how to do that. You can always come to me for advice, for tips, for help. I'm always a phone call away. I want to help you find success in this business. So go for it. You've got to get started. You now have all of the tools you need. All right. If you haven't friended me on Facebook, please do that now. If you haven't subscribed to my list, please look on this page. There will be a link to get into my subscriber list and make sure you go through this 10-day course. All right. Signing off. Have a great day. Take care.